Welcome to another TV with the brand new Sony Xperia ZU. Why is it the U? It's the Ultra, and not just because it's ultra big, it's compared to a 5-inch device like the Sony Xperia ZL, just humongous. Or even to the Apple iPhone 5, it's even bigger. You can see, wow, this could eat 2 of these for the size, but otherwise you can see that this is really a beautiful, slim, light and waterproof device, the ZU, and has quad-core graphics by Qualcomm inside the Snapdragon 800. That's the fastest processor, I think, mobile processor out on the market right now, and this is therefore just a beautiful device with even a docking station here. As I said, it's waterproof. We have again here behind the little flaps some ports, like for example here the micro USB for charging and connecting to your computer. You can again just lift it up right here. There will, nothing will happen since this rubber is quite strong. Actually, it should last for at least 2 or 3 years if you want to do this. There is a microphone on top for conference calls. We have a headphone and microphone here on the front, of course, for phone calls, even though it's a little bit big for phone calls maybe, but of course not as big as a 7-inch model since it's only 6.4-inch. And then we have here behind this little flap the micro SD and micro SIM card reader. The micro SIM card reader, you just need to pull out this little plastic thing where you can put in the SIM card. You can just slide it in back again, and on the back you can actually see that there is no tags anymore, no CE, FCC and so on tags, because everything is right here inside on a little paper thingy that you can just slide out like that, and you have all your information right there. If you want, for example, the MI number or anything like that, that's where you need to look for, or otherwise you can just look in the software. So, headphone port, this time you don't have to open up anything, you can just use it like that. You can just plug in your headphones without having to worry that water goes in, because it's of course coated with something that's waterproof for a few years. Volume control, on and off switch, a little strap. Adapter here on the bottom so you can hang it around your hand, and on the bottom again the speaker, which is also waterproof. So if I turn the device on, you will see right away it's huge, and okay, it's in German right now, but you have this Bravia engine here that you can use to unlock the device, or of course you can go right away here to the camera mode, for example, and shoot beautiful pictures with the 8-megapixel back camera. No, it's not 13 megapixel anymore, but 8 megapixel is totally enough. You can see it's really fast and quick when it comes to pictures or video, and it's really amazing to just shoot videos like this, I would say. Otherwise you can just flip around the camera to shoot videos of yourself with the 2-megapixel HD front camera. Also quite good. You can even read the numbers on my GH3 here of Panasonic, and of course is also again quite fast, and you see my colleagues in the back, of course, working with other models and maybe even bigger cameras. So otherwise you can see it's not that handy to hold in one hand. So if I would, for example, go to the phone menu, of course it's handy for maybe old people to press these really big buttons to call somebody, but otherwise I think it's quite great that Sony actually brought out a new device, which is the SBH52 little NFC Bluetooth handset tag, which you can of course charge via micro USB, connect via NFC here on the back. Actually, this NFC you cannot take off anymore. This is not just a sticker, so you know right away where to put your device to connect via Bluetooth, and then you can just answer phone calls by pressing this button, or you can actually see that there's a little display on here, and then you have a speaker and a microphone right there. So this is quite nice. You have a skip button back and front, pause and play, back for your Android menu, because you can of course use this as an MP3 player from your smartphone also to control, and if you don't want to hold it in your hand to take a phone call and just clip it on your pants or anywhere on your jacket, you can just really plug in a headphone right here on the top again, and then you have just a short little cable, which is of course even in your headphones to use with this device. So let's do a little bit of a size comparison. I already showed you the Apple iPhone 5 in size from the front, but from the side you can see here that the iPhone is really a thick device compared to 6.5 millimeters and 3000 milliamps here on the Sony Xperia ZU. The ZL is a little bit thicker again here also. You can see that, but of course the battery I think has even over 2000 milliamp in this one, or 2200, and again the size 5 inches, of course nothing compared to 6.4 inches on this device. But if you have a clutch, for example, and you are a girl, that's no problem to carry even this one around with you. Samsung Galaxy S4, also a brand new device, full HD. You can see here again size quite different. I know I should compare this with the Galaxy Mega 6.3, since that's about the same size, but this one has actually full HD and the Mega only has HD, and of course completely different specs. This is a high-end model, and the Mega 3.3 is not a high-end model. And you can see here Samsung has again here a thicker device, and this is completely made out of plastic. This is around the edges here completely. The whole edge is metal, aluminum, and actually there is even a rubber here sticking out, so if you put it down like this or on the other side on the table, it will not slide around that easily. You can just put it down here, where actually it slides around quite easily right now, but not too easily. It will not slide down from anywhere. And you can even buy already cases from Crussell. This is also a Swedish company like Ericsson was before, with which Sony worked together, where you can just put in the device and you can use it as a stand like this, for example, and give of course nice protection for the humongous screen, which is actually also protected by Gorilla Glass, so you don't have to worry about anything. And I don't think that there is this time a foil on here that you can take off with the Sony logo. That is the past. So what else? Of course we can write easily on the big keyboard, not only like this, but you can use, for example, also a pen or something made out of metal. I think this should work. Yes, so I can just write something like Endeavor. So you don't even need to buy anything from your gadget store. You can just use something with real metal here on the display. You can also use your finger, of course. I can just write my last name, which is Gal. As you can see, it recognizes it quite well, but I still would probably prefer here this kind of keyboard to type on like that. Or actually what I love even more is just swiping. Washington, bam, there you go. And you can of course flip it around, and Snapdragon 800 with 2.2 GHz times 4, since it's a quad core, is totally snappy to do anything else on the device. So thank you much for watching. This was the really short hands-on of the brand new Sony Xperia ZU, some extras, and I hope you liked it. It will come out soon for about 700 bucks in the fall, and you can expect a full review from us soon. Thank you much for watching. My name is Balazs.